Yes! I did. Look. Back it up.
We have a little company here that's getting right in the middle. She wants a little attention. So we're just waiting on some folks to get in. Luna.
I'm scared she's gonna knock the camera over.
Yeah, she might. Baby doll.
I'm needy.
Ow. You also have some sharp little claws there. Thank you. Let's see.
So I'm also doing a project over here. Should I go ahead and show them?
Well, there's nobody in here yet.
Oh.
So. Luna, quit. You're not a lap dog, darling.
You want me to see if Lee can get her something to eat?
Yeah, well, she'll calm down in a minute. She's just excited because we're out here.
My people. Are we crooked?
Maybe a little bit.
It'll be alright. We're just a little off-centered.
I'm having trouble getting in tonight for some reason.
But we're there, right?
I can't get in. I can't find it yet, so I don't know. That's the problem. Wait, let's see what that is. Oh, okay.
Fargus! Go away! You're so loud.
Okay, yep,
There we are.
there we are.
There we are. There. Hello.
Now there's one in here, but that would be me, so. Okay, well, it's a lot different doing this thing with it turned sideways. It covers a little more room. We don't have to get right on top of each other.
I'll hug you.
I mean, not that we don't want to be, but
It's hot.
but it is hot.
Again.
Luckily, we got a fan going over here, which you probably can hear.
I saw clouds over there, and I think that's why the sun's kind of gone away, but I don't know if they're rain clouds or not.
We got rain on Friday, and we got rain yesterday. So that's more rain than we've had in
Wow.
quite a while. Farkas,
Dude. Don't interrupt people.
you don't have to be on this, you know. You get on enough videos, you'll be all right. But yeah, we did get rain, and we got a lot of cloud cover, but the temperature it's still hot. It's still hot. It's better than it was. It's like, I think it got to about 91 today. I think Farkas is sassing Sonya out there. It got to about 91 today, but the humidity is still pretty high.
1,000.
I think we're supposed to get a break in the humidity hopefully by Thursday, I think. All right, hi Tom. It's nice to see you over here. I enjoyed the chats that you had on the other live we were on there for the. Sorry, I'm seeing too many things I'm looking at. Hello, our treasured homestead. Our treasured home, excuse me.
Thanks.
All right, Nancy, I should have remembered that from Donald and Lisa saying that, but yeah, I was over on the Money Pit Homesteads live, and then jumped over here for ours. Sonya is over here doing her new things she likes to do. She's gotten into this. Why don't you tell them what you're doing real quick?
I am doing a glass mosaic. I went over to a town. I saw it on Facebook where a friend of mine from Monticello here goes to a place in another town a couple hours away, and they do a ton of mosaics, and they're beautiful. And so I got into it thinking, oh, I could do some little crafty things, you know, because I like something I can just relax with and not have to think about. And so I went over there, learned how they did it, and since I'm not going to sit there and drive 2 hours, all the time, I was like, oh, I can learn and come back home and then just start doing it. So that's what I've been doing. I've got 3 of these to get going. Well, I finished one, I've got 2 of them going, and then I'll start a 3rd one. The 3rd one's going to be like huge, so I'm going to wait on that one for a little bit. I've got to get these done. If I sit there and divide my time, I'll never get any one of them finished. So
Right.
I need to focus. And it's hard for me to focus. I got squirrels.
Hi, Randy.
But I'll show you what it looks like if you want me to show you what it looks like real quick.
And yeah, the socks are not that great this year, I'm afraid.
So that's what it looks like. That's supposed to be the sky. This is a mountain over here. And then there's going to be trees and greenery right through here and a lake right there in the middle. So that's kind of like what I'm doing. Let's knock it over.
I agree, Nancy. Anything you do at home when you're doing what you're doing, it is homesteading. Hey, Donald and Lisa, glad to have y'all. We're just gonna. Sonia's got her glue out to put her stuff together there. But did you mention what that one was for?
It's not for anybody. It's just
I thought you were gonna put that one in your grandmother's door.
no. My grandmother's door is going to be a peacock
Oh, okay.
because because she loves peacocks, and so I'm doing a peacock, and on a big tree, and so it's gonna be a lot of greenery, and then the peacock, and so I've got to
There we
get
go.
some more green glass over here.
Yeah, Randy, that's Farkas. He's really good at getting right over here and getting in the middle of every video.
Everybody's business.
Hi, Gamer Jacks. Glad you could join. The video that I'm going to put out tomorrow deals a lot with our dog Thor. He Oh, okay. I thought that was probably you, Crazy Jacks, but I did see that you changed your name. He's Gamer Jacks now instead of Crazy Jacks.
Oh.
I was kind of wondering, and Tom says he can hear roosters from out his window.
Yeah. I'm just over here cutting glass. Got my little glass cutters and doing this right here, so I'm making my sky a little bluer.
It's a lot of white.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, the video is going to be about our dog Thor. He's having some health issues, and if any of you guys have animals, and especially if you have dogs are a little different. I mean, I love all my animals. I love my cows, my goats, chickens, rabbits. I love them all, but dogs are a little special. They're a little different, and he's having some health issues, and so.
Well, Thor has a lot of stories, He's done a lot.
Yeah, he's been around. He's done a lot for us. I think, we said on the last, well, I may not said on live, but I've put out a video. I actually ended up putting it out the day after National Dog Day, but I put out a video of the 3 dogs that we have around here.
Was it Dog Day?
Yeah. But I put out a video about our 3 dogs, and on that video, I tell you, so one time, Thor actually had to defend the goats from a bear. I don't know that bear was really, really hard after them. I think he might have been after their food more than he was. It was a black bear, a young black bear.
About 2 years old, they said.
Probably, yeah. He had been seen in the area. And
He was getting kicked out of his den because they reach a certain age, and the big man on campus says, you got to go. So that's what he does, and he kicks them out. They chase them off.
Yep, and he decided to get in the pen with the goats, and so Thor kept him at bay, and he got rid of him. Which, if you you know, if you watch the videos and you see Thor, you see, especially him up against me or up against Lee, he is a big boy. I'm not kidding you. His neck is every bit of that big around. He's huge. Oh, Randy said he works safety. Please wear your safety glasses while you're cutting that glass.
Oh. Okay. Here they are. I'm through cutting now. I'm going to place them where they go.
Yeah. Yeah, dogs are that is why they call them man's best friend, because they are very special. We kind of looking to maybe get 2 or 3 cats around here for mice and that kind of thing. We don't have horrible mice, but my shed that I have out there, I used to keep feed in, and the mice get in it a lot. I keep hay in it now, mostly. They get in there, and I don't want them to have the chance to get in my house or anything, you know. And so, I don't, you know, I kind of like to have some cats, but cats are just not quite the same as dogs. I'm sorry. If you're a cat person, I understand cats. I love cats, but they're just not quite the same as dogs.
We both had cats when we were growing up and stuff, and mine was Steppy and his was Boots.
Yep. If you watch, I named one of the babies out there that we just had a few weeks ago. I named him Boots, kind of in remembrance of my boy. That was my first cat ever, was Boots. So it's always fun to have your animals and. Oh, okay, a blue lacy.
Blue lace. Wyandotte?
No, his dog,
Oh.
Jax, his dog is a blue lacy. It's a state dog of Texas. I did not know that.
Oh.
I don't even know that I could tell you what the state dog of Arkansas is, so.
I didn't know we had a state dog.
I don't know, maybe we do.
Birds, trees.
State bird is the mockingbird, is it not? I believe it is, but I don't know about the state dog.
What's the state tree? I think it would be a pine tree.
The bad thing about, we're shaking a little with the wind. The wind's starting to pick up, which is not a bad thing because it feels good.
Yeah.
But it's blowing from the north, so it's kind of coming straight across our porch here. We have our own little wind tunnel
Yes,
right here between our house and Sonia's parents' house. So, anyway, but Thor, him being down right now, I think he's lost some weight. When we took him to the vet, he weighed 106. And I will guarantee you, the last time that I had to deal with him, when we moved here from our old place, he got away from us while we were loading the goats. And Lee and I had to carry him, and I promise you, he didn't weigh no 106 pounds at that point in time. I think he probably weighed anywhere between 135 to 150 pounds then. And he'll probably get back there, but he's not been feeling good for several days now, and he hasn't eaten. He's eating now, but
he wasn't eating well before.
He was not eating. He was barely. I don't even not sure if he was eating anything. I take him treats in the morning. He was ignoring those treats. He just like smell it and go, and
Yeah,
so I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, no. Donald said his son asked if he could bring a couple of roosters over, since I only had a couple, and I said yes. A day or two later, I went out to the barn after work and I had a whole lot of roosters. Well,
Thank you, but
whoa! Now wait a minute. He said he brought around 60 something. Now that's a lot of roosters.
oh,
That is a morning. He said Tom said that's a noisy morning wake up call. Yes, because roosters are extremely loud.
yeah.
Well, so, Jax, I'll tell you, Thor barks at lots of stuff. Of course, at night he barks a lot. If anything comes close to the goat pen or anything, but he hates four-wheelers and he hates motorcycles. And he hates UPS trucks, too. If he hears them coming down the road, I can't even begin to hear them yet, and he's already barking at them.
We
And
know
here
they're
they
coming.
come.
Yeah.
And I know I'm like, well, what is it? A four-wheeler? Is it a motorcycle? Is it UPS? I don't know.
Well, he's barking at night just to warn other animals and stuff, you know, that, hey, I'm here, this is my turf, and you better get off. Because we had a bunch of coyotes across the road, back on my uncle's part, and you could just hear them running through, and they were just cackling and carrying on, and I was like, holy cow. And Thor was just, he was mad. And that went on just a couple of nights, and then I haven't heard any coyotes over there since.
I think they understand that he's here, and they don't know that he's not as healthy right now. And so,
He sounds ferocious.
when he's good, I guarantee you, no coyote's going to mess with him. He'll take care of them. But and as far as Luna goes, she barks a lot of times at Thor, or what Thor barks at. She barks if a car drives up, and also if there's any deer down here.
Yeah,
Or-
they do like a relay bark. Thor barks first, then Luna says, hey, Thor's barking.
Well,
And then Moose inside says, hey, everybody's having trouble outside. What's going on?
I will say that Luna doesn't always bark when Thor barks. I think she understands when it's something not good, and that's when she barks at it. If it's something that gets her, because there's a lot of times she'll be laying here on the porch and I hear him barking, nothing. And then other times he'll start barking and boom, 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 she'll jump up and take off. Or sometimes she'll be a stinker and just lay here on the porch and bark. Which I'd have to tell her no on that one. Go.
You go over there and bark.
But Moose is the one that, yes, if somebody comes knocking on the door, she's the little dog, so she's yippy.
Yippee.
But
You
she's-
can also tell her, who's that? Who's that? And then she goes. That's how I get Lee up in the morning sometimes.
See, Tom, I gotta agree. See, Moose she's a Pomeranian Maltese. She's a little bitty, and she's got the little dog syndrome. She thinks she's big and bad. Mm-hmm. She thinks when she goes and messes. I mean, if there's another dog that she doesn't know and all, you think she's gonna tear that dog up. She won't go that close to him, but you think she was gonna tear that dog up. And as much as I love Luna, she's not the bravest dog in the world either. I messed with her one day. I came walking around into the house, and she saw me, or she heard me. I did something and made a noise. She heard me start barking, so I started barking back at her. And then I started walking towards her, and she started backing up, barking. Then I ran at her, and she took off running and turned around barking. She's not always the bravest, but she sounds ferocious. And yes, Randy, the extra roosters that we have, dumplings go great with them. I have to agree. We had and also, Tom, we had a Jack Russell at one time too.
Yeah, true.
Yep, we used to have one. My grandfather had a habit when he was still around that he would call girls Shuggy. Oh, Shuggy this, and so we named her Shuggy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree that too, Randy. Luna is a tracker. She gets out there and gets that nose down. What I love about her is, like, when I walk out to go to the chicken pen, she runs down to the woods and she's barking and she's barking. If I go to get in my car, she runs over to the woods on the other side and she's barking and she's barking. And she's gonna be sure that there is nothing that's gonna come get me. But they'd be in trouble because she would not back down from that. She loves the kids. She loves us, and she is a good guard dog. She'll let you know. There's a lot of times I'll be sitting in the house and we can't really see out the end of our house, but at the same time we have a camera out there. So there's a lot of times when I'll be sitting there and I'll hear her barking and all, and I'll be like, and I'll pop up the camera and there's somebody that's driven up. Usually it's FedEx or UPS or something like that, but
My uncles are in from out of town because they had an old school reunion where they went to a little small school here, and so I heard Luna barking and I looked on the camera and it was Uncle Joe over there on his walker going over there talking to the goats. And then Derek came over and he was talking to Lee and the goats.
When her uncle Pat comes over, Luna for some reason does not trust him. She'll let him pet her,
Because he instigates stuff.
But-
He's messing with her.
but constantly she's running at him and barking at him. And then he'll finally reach out and pet her and she'll be okay. And then he'll do something and she'll run off and go again. And it's
He's just
hilarious.
trying.
He's messing with her pretty hard. I might agree with that. Jax, I think, or Tom said that, sorry. Jack Russell might be good for our mouse problem. The only problem with that would be I want them to be able to get up into some tight places, and cats get up into smaller places better than dogs do. So, because I have problems sometimes with, like in the chicken pen, my feeder that I used to have, the mouse kept getting under it and would feed from it, and
Well, the Jack Russell would dig to get at it.
well, that's true. But
Because
I'm
that's
saying
what
like
Suge
if it's
did with the mole.
well, Shuggy, when we had her, oh Lord, the things that she killed and ate, well, that she didn't eat, but the key things she killed, I will say, Jax, she never did catch a squirrel. She tried many times to catch a squirrel, but she never caught one.
She caught a squirrel? She caught a squirrel.
Did she?
Luna did, yes, and brought it up there on the back driveway.
But she found, I hate to say this, and this breaks some hearts, but she found baby rabbits, she'd find lizards, and toads, just all sorts of things she would find, and she would just bring them up and catch them, and I mean,
Look what I found.
They are designed, yes, to go in small holes and get small things, that's for sure.
They're kind of persistent, so they get it, which is good.
Oh, that's a good thought too, Randy and Tom both agree that Jack Russells are good snake dogs.
Oh,
And they keep
yeah.
snakes out of your yard.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I need another dog, but now you got me thinking.
Chickens do that too. Chickens get the smaller snakes,
Yeah.
and they'll
And they get mice too if they
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, I've seen them do that. We were out on our other property. We were bush hogging, and so you get to the center part of the bush hog, and all these field mice just disperse, and the chickens, they just flew in and go after them. So that was shocking the first time I saw that. I was like, I didn't know chickens did that. You know, but they just
Chickens-
wallop on them.
What people don't realize, I mean, you think about they eat bugs and such. Chickens are carnivores. I mean, they'll eat, well, they're omnivores, I guess. But they will eat grass, and they'll eat seeds and stuff like that. But they like to eat protein. They will eat, I mean, a mouse, yeah, they'll catch it, they'll eat it. There's all kinds of things, small snakes, whatever. I mean, they will catch all kinds of things and eat them. And yeah, it's not unusual. I just need my chickens to stay on this side of the fence and quit going over.
I know, that's the
When
worst
Thor's
part. We've lost
healthy,
too many.
Thor has taken away several chickens from us, unfortunately.
And it's not because he's trying to think that that's where he needs to hunt. You know,
It's like a toy. I think it's
I
just.
wasn't going to say that.
Well, I think he sees it like a toy, like something to play with. The problem is he's a big boy, so his playing is very, very rough.
Yeah, Robbie's trying to give him his medicine. And he's about taking his finger every time.
I got to give him pills, so I'm putting it inside, usually inside the little piece of chicken or something. And I'm surprised my fingers are not all messed up, because he is.
He just goes, chirp.
The contrast between the way he takes something and the way Luna takes it is hilarious. When Thor takes it, it's he's going to grab it. When Luna takes it, she just reaches up and she takes it from me.
Very
But
gentle.
Thor, I'll have to go watch that, Donald, and see that. He said he's got a short with his Great Pyrenees pups tearing up a big black snake.
Ooh.
A lot of people, say, "Well, keep black snakes around and all that," but they
chickens.
take too many of my eggs when I do that, and I've even had them trying to take my smaller chickens,
Yeah,
So
they do that too. I've seen that one.
One of my favorite stories on that, when we were living back at another house, we had some chicks in a box. And I went to Walmart one early on a Saturday morning, come home, and I was just about to get stuff out, and Sonia comes out, Robbie, come here, and just screaming at me. I go running in the house, I go look, and there's just, I mean, he wasn't probably that long, and he wasn't very big, right? He was a little baby himself now, but that little black snake was over the side and had one of my chicks wrapped up, was trying to squeeze the life out of him. And so I won't go into details of how, but I got him off of the chick and took care of him. And believe it or not, the chick lived for years after. But I mean, I guarantee you, if I'd have been 30 seconds later, 30 seconds later, and that chick would not have been alive. Just perfect timing.
Yeah.
Randy said chicken will eat anything, but dang, their finger looking good. Agreed, Randy. Agreed.
Yes.
That's one of the big problems with chickens is everything wants to eat a chicken, just about. I mean,
I've been doing some keto recipes with chicken, and they've turned out really well. The guys have eaten them all, and I've gotten to snack them.
yeah, well, sorry, I'm looking at Luna down there, seeing what she's getting into. I don't know what she's messing with. She's down there by the chickens, so she still has a tendency every now and then to mess with the chickens a little bit, and she has, and I found one that was no longer with us, and I kind of think that she may have been the reason, and so I worry about her when she's doing, I don't know.
Luna,
What you doing, babe?
what you doing? Huh?
Come back up here, baby.
Come on. There she goes. These are prescription. That's why I had my sunglasses on. I can see farther.
But I just kind of keep an eye on her just to be sure. Pigs are the same way, but they taste great any way you cook them, and I do love them smoked and well seasoned. Agreed. And I do plan at some point in time for us to have to grow out some feeder pigs. We once had pigs before we had a YouTube channel, and I really wish we had had a YouTube channel back then, and you guys could have seen these pigs. They were huge, but they were, and I'll be honest with you, this was before I started doing a lot of the homesteading type things, and I really thought I could keep some pigs as pets. But don't get a red wattle and a Hereford. Don't get those as pets. They were both, I think, Sir Hamilton was his name. We called him Hammy. And he was over 700 pounds.
740.
Yeah, 740 pounds. And Big Mama, the red wattle, she was right at 700, wasn't she?
710, 720.
Yeah, she was
They were
just,
really
just
close.
over 700. And so they were huge. And I finally just had to get rid of them because I couldn't keep them in the pen.
He wasn't
anymore.
there that day. He had to leave because he couldn't see them leave the pen. So I had to get him in the trailer to load them up. And the guy that was there to take them to go process them and everything, he was trying to help me, but he was getting a little too much for Big Mama's liking, and she started barking. I was like, you need to stop. I said, she can pivot in 2 seconds and be on top of you. I said, just give me a second, I'll get her in there. You're making her mad. And because I've seen her turn. And she can turn real fast. And so I just got her some feed. I was like, come on, girl, and just threw it in there. And I stayed in the trailer till they walked up in there, and then I had to squeeze between the two. They're just huge. And got them in there, got them loaded up, and I was like, okay, now you can go. And I think that fella had fun taking care of the
No,
2 piggies.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. More witness, I'm sorry, I'm saying right over there, more witness that I got too many roosters. They're all ganging up on one or two girls, and I can't take that. So very shortly, I got to figure out a pen or something to put them in to grow them out and
Well, you got that
get
little
'em-
hutch over there for the rabbit.
well, that's baby. What you've got to realize, guys, is right now, you only want to have one rooster. I want to have two. With as many girls as we have, I would like to have two. So if that's the case, then that means we have about 8 too many roosters. 8 roosters ain't gonna fit in that.
No. That would be a home ditty.
So I gotta build something, what I'm probably gonna term a bro pen. I've heard some people doing that. And I agree. So the Herefords are great for freezer camp around 300 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We had 2 in 1.
Oh my gosh. The most,
Pork chops.
well, the pork steaks that we
pork
had.
steaks, that's what it was.
Oh my gosh, were huge. Now I gotta say, everything on there was delicious. I mean, it was oh so good. But man, they were. I mean, the pork. We had huge pork chops. I mean, it was
It was
incredible.
one pork steak for a meal that would feed all of us, and then still have leftovers. And then there were the ribs.
Yeah.
The ribs.
Yeah.
3-4 inches thick. They were huge. Oh my goodness. I didn't know they were that big. Marcus.
Farkas is on the porch, so you're probably gonna get to hear him before too long.
Oh, there he goes. All right. He's going to be polite.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about right there. Is I'm worried about the roosters stressing my hens out because they get to chasing them too much and all.
I think that's the problem we've been having with eggs and
Yeah,
such
we're-
right
we're-
now is the roosters.
I got 2 problems with eggs, I think. I got one that the roosters are stressing them out, and the other I think that I'm having a problem with is they're laying them somewhere else and I gotta find them.
Yeah, it's an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah,
Every day.
that's the fun part about chickens laying. I found 2 different times in some tall grass a nest. Well, that's no good to me because they've been rained on somewhat, but they've been got the dew on them and such. And once they get that protective layer off, they don't last like they do, especially outside in this heat. And I need to find them and figure out what they're doing. But I got to do something with the roosters. We just got too many.
It's unfortunate, but
I've said before on my videos and probably on here too is one of the reasons that I love doing YouTube, and I didn't know that this was how it's going to turn out, but one reason I love doing YouTube is I love the community that we're building, the people that we're meeting, and one of the guys that started following me pretty early, and he has a channel. It's called Strange Skies 1111. Bill is his name. Bill he got his chickens. He's not planning on eating any of them. He's just raising them. They're for the eggs. They're there. He has got a ton of roosters, and he was giving me a hard time the other day because I'm trying to catch up with him. I think, and I'm trying not to catch up with him. But I'm kind of catching up with him. So I think he lost a couple, and I'm gaining too many. So, and I will say one thing. I have some friends at church that they did a little video where they showed how to check the wings on the chicks, and if the wing feathers were longer, that meant it was a rooster. If it's shorter, and it kind of looks like I did it on the last set that we had, the chicks that we had, and it showed it was going to be 8 and 4, 8 hens and 4 roosters, and I'm pretty sure I've got 4 roosters in that group.
yeah, it was really
That one,
good to know.
that one seems like it's pretty spot on. Our dogs have never attacked us. They know better, but they're very friendly to us. But yeah, we've Luna has unfortunately killed 3 or 4 chickens in her time. She has an e-collar on, and that e-collar has two purposes. One, so that if I see her messing with the chicken the wrong way, then if she's hurting the chicken, if she's about to hurt chicken, I will pop her. But most of the time, if she's doing something she's not supposed to, I hit the beep, and she knows immediately what that means, and she quits. But the other reason is we got a road very close, and she's already been hit by a truck once, and I don't want that to happen again. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of her getting hit again and something worse happening to her. So she had a knot on her head when she did it.
But she's also.
Oh no! I have been attacked by my roosters now.
Oh yeah, same here.
We had a rooster here. We've had roosters in the past that were aggressive, but we had one here that he only messed with me one time, but he went after Sonya, went after Lee, but then he went after my grandkids, and so he got put up, and he's not with us anymore. I'm not going to take that. I will not accept a rooster that is aggressive. Some of these roosters get some huge spurs on them, and they can hurt you.
Yeah, I've had a spur go through my jeans.
Yep.
I had jeans on.
Made a
Through
hole
blood.
in
I was
her
like,
jeans.
yeah, good. But Luna also on her little e-collar thing, she was out here getting rambunctious with the littlest dog, you know, and she can hurt her if she gets too rough with her. So I just took the car out here and I said, Luna. She saw that and she's like.
She knows exactly what that remote is.
So she settled down.
A lot of times, yeah. If you just show her the remote, if she sees the remote, she knows right then. Because we have to use the beep on her a lot of times when Moose is out here, because she wants to play so bad, but she towers over poor little Moose.
Yeah.
And she's too rough because she's just a puppy. I mean, she's just a little over. What is she? She's not quite a year and a half yet.
She'll come and straddle the top of Moose, you know, and then put her paw on her. She can't do that. She'll hurt her.
Yeah, Jax, that is how you spell it. But on a chicken, on a rooster at least, their foot comes down and they have 3 toes on the front, and then right off the back of their leg, they will get what's called a spur, and it's like another toe, but it's hard and it's pointed.
It's almost like a bone, you know, but
Yeah.
it's a hard calcification kind of.
And-
But you can get pliers to it, you know, and twist it just a little bit and pop it off.
But that's what they use when they attack you. They'll jump up and throw those legs up, and they'll spur you, and it hurts if they get you. And a lot of times, if I was around them and I had jeans on, I wasn't as worried about it. Of course, like Sonya said, that one rooster went through her jeans. But there's times when I might be out with shorts on. I worry about it a little bit more then.
That'll cause a puncture, you know, and then you got to worry about infection. It's just a whole bunch of deal.
But some of them get some huge spurs on them, and
Well, Farkas has got huge spurs.
yeah, Farkas has some huge spurs.
They're probably about that long.
But the good thing about it is we've
3
had
inches.
Farkas for 2 years now. September marks 2 years that we've had him, and he's never been aggressive. So that's why he's still here.
Yeah, you'll know in a few months if they're aggressive or not toward
Yeah,
you.
they
And then some people, you know, I've seen where they've gone and they grab them and they put them down on the ground. They go on top of them, you know, and that's kind of a submission type thing for roosters. And you make them put their head down until they stop lifting their head up, you know, and then you can get off the rooster and then they'll know you're boss. But I wouldn't want to try and catch one of the roosters to make them do that.
It's not too easy to catch a chicken. Just watch my was it my last video that I was chasing the chickens?
Well, you
Or
know,
one
something
before.
comes at me, I run.
What was bad was I didn't film. I had another one. Well, if you see it, I had a short. Not this short I put out today, but the short I put out yesterday. I'm holding a barn velder, and her feathers are gorgeous. But she was on the other side of the fence, and so I had to chase her. Yes, I agree, Donald. I need a fish net. I need to get me a dip net because I could catch them then. I keep saying I need to. One of these days, I'm going to do it.
I'll have to film that. Oh, I forgot to film something and Robbie got onto me. So I was out here in the front of my parents and Luna was just going at something and my mother came out the door. She's like, Luna's got something treed. And I was like, okay. So I went over there and she's like, I couldn't find anything. I looked and looked and looked. And I looked up there and right there was, a possum. There was a possum up the tree. I was like, well, hello, little fella. Well, what are you doing up there? It's daylight. You been sleeping? And Luna just was looking up there at it and looking at me. And then she just sat down and waited. I don't know what happened. I came back inside.
That's her job right there. Perfect example, because possums, and people can argue this point. I've heard people say, oh, no, they won't know. Possums will kill chickens because I've had them do it. I've found them eating my chickens.
Yep.
So I'm good with her taking out the possums. So Jax, it depends. Usually when all the chickens we have now start laying, I would expect us to get 20-something eggs a day, which I'm really looking forward to. The only problem is the way we have it done, it's going to get closer to winter by the time they're really laying, especially the chicks. So they slow down during the winter when the days get shorter. So
yeah, they tend to molt.
We'll see, but I still think I should get, and there's Farkas, he's back. But we still should get, I think in the teens, if not in the 20s. I mean, we could get as many as 30 eggs a day, who knows? Just depends on conditions.
Yeah, you give them enough protein. You amp up the protein, and they can do better with their egg laying. And always enough water. So water and proteins. The health of their eggs, though, we need to get some oyster shells.
Yeah, we do. We need oyster shells. Give them some more calcium.
Yeah.
Randy told me he had a big net he'd give me in March.
I need a little water gun so I can chew it. Farkas over there for crowing in the middle of everything.
Yeah, can't help it. Farkas he's noisy. I noticed none of the other boys are barking right now. Oh, Derek's here.
Oh, my cousin.
But
Luna
yeah,
likes him.
let's see. 31 chicken. Yeah. One day I had 3 chickens and one day killed by a fox. I ran it off and had to get rid of it later. But yeah, it's a bad deal.
There was a den of them.
Yeah, the foxes can. Well, the last batch of chickens we had before we moved here, I am 99% sure, 99.9% sure that it was foxes that wiped them out in about 3 days.
Yeah, it was. And they just come in there and grab. They just come in there and grab them, kill them, and then go on. So it's kind of like a sport.
Yeah, and we've had dogs come in. We went to a parent-teacher thing one time when we had chickens. And we saw these 2 dogs. They were across the street. They weren't anywhere near our house right then. And we came home, and Sonia's dad was outside with the 22, and we had chickens littered here and there. And they don't kill them to eat them.
Nope,
They
just kill them.
just do it. Now one of them he was laying under the coop, munching on one, but let me just say they didn't kill anybody else's chicken. But they
killed my favorite rooster, Remus.
Yep.
Remus was a blue-laced Wyandotte, and he was the size of a turkey. He was huge, big baby. He would just jump up if I had some bread, I'd come outside and just sit out there in the chair and let all the chickens go around. And he'd just jump up in my lap, and I had to feed him by hand.
You always, if you fed bread, you had to feed Remus by hand. He would not. He was not one to stand out there and wait for you to throw it. He'd be right up there and he'd just stare at you until you fed him by hand.
Yeah, he was so cute. But he was big. And our mail carrier, she's a hoot. We went to school together. Love her to death.
Well, it's funny because it's the same mail carrier.
Yeah, here.
It's the same.
Yeah,
We've
she
moved from one side of town to the other, and
We're
she's our mail
stalking her.
carrier again.
Yeah, she'd probably say that. She'd probably say we're stalking her. But she'd sit out there and honk the horn. She wouldn't
Wow.
get out of her truck because she said that chicken's going to eat me.
And he was not aggressive at all. Matter of fact, he was our wimpiest rooster, I will say, because when the other roosters would pick on him, he'd stick his head in the bush so they couldn't peck his head.
Poor thing.
That's a
baby.
lot of chicks. I figure at most, the most we will probably ever have, and this might change, but for right now, I'd say the most chickens, laying hens that we would have is probably around 50. I wouldn't mind having that many. I probably, if I get more right now, I'd probably have to expand my coop. So I don't think I've built some stuff to make it more accessible, but I don't think I'd have room for more unless I built up more stuff coming in the middle of it and all. So, but I felt real good. I built a roost for them as my first attempt to ever do that, and I think it worked pretty good, and the chickens are loving it. So. I will say that
It did turn out well.
if you watch my channel, you'll find out that I'm not the greatest builder in the world. I'm not a carpenter. My dad is good, and I get him to help me a lot. And he's the reason I do a good job on things, is because I have him to back me up. So, and I'm happy with that. But my dad and I do a lot of things together. We go fishing together. We go hunting together. So
Yeah, they went out in the woods this weekend and
yeah.
looked at their stands and everything.
And on the video tomorrow, you find out that somebody was not nice to one of my stands. I don't understand why people have to be like that.
Well, and it wasn't his land. I don't know what he was doing. I think our aunt got my check.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't see it. I'm just imagining things.
Sonia's imagining that an ant bit her toe. But did anybody have any other questions for us? Anything weird?
Oh, it feels
I'm telling
good.
you, right now, this wind that has come up, I'm hoping that's a predictor of things to come, because that wind is actually a little bit cool.
Oh, it's a lot cooler. I bet it's dropped at least 15 degrees.
Let me
Maybe
see what-
20.
Let me see what my app
Because it
says it
doesn't feel
is.
humid. So I don't think it's so sticky.
Well, I think that's probably just because of the breeze. It still says it's 86 out here.
Oh, well, it doesn't feel 86.
Oh, let me look at I've got a regular
Temperature.
thermometer over here. Let's see what it says. It says it's about 83.
Oh, okay.
But the wind, having a little wind blowing, makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Well, I hope my dogs don't, I hope Luna doesn't chase rabbits too much, because we have a couple of rabbits. I had a buck, but I think the heat got him. I had him in a good spot that I thought they were pretty good, but it's just been so hot. I think he just succumbed to the heat.
Well, it was
And
110, 112,
feels like, yeah. And I really hate that, because Chewy, I loved that boy. He was a big old boy, big gray. So
He was beautiful.
what I need to do, I haven't finished building. I want to build him a yard to go out in, which I'll have it separated so the does can go out there without, because I'm gonna keep them separated. Everybody's talking about rabbits, and if you don't watch them, you have a huge herd. Yeah, I don't want to have a huge herd, so I got 2 does, and my plan is to keep them separated from the buck until I'm ready to have babies, and then put them together, and then take him out, have the babies, and then do it like that. So
Yeah, we didn't even get a batch.
I'll be honest with you, it's been long enough ago, Donald, I don't remember what kind of rabbits they are. I did at one time, but I don't remember.
I can't remember what all the meat rabbits. There's several different kinds,
Well,
but I can't remember what
And
kind of
and
meat
I bought them from a lady in another town, And I could probably go back and check it. I'm probably going to try to find her and see if she's still doing it when I get ready to get another buck, and see if she can help me get another one, because like I said, I really loved that one that I got from her. But
Really tame. They're really tame.
I don't handle them a lot, but like when I need to go clean out their cage and do some things, I pick them up. They don't really want me to pick them up, but when I first pick them up, they'll try to get away, and then and then I can just take them and put them where I need to.
Yeah. The grandkids would go over there and feed them all the time. And that's never had a problem. You know, the grandkids go out there and with the goats. And the goats are real gentle, you know. Thor just comes over there and sniffs the kids and makes sure they're safe.
Yeah.
He makes sure that they're not getting into anything they don't need to, you know. But the grandkids aren't scared of them. They want to go out there all the time.
Well, these are some pretty good sized rabbits too.
Yeah.
Now, Chewy was big. I mean, that was a big boy, and I want another one like him. The ones I have are solid black, and he was gray, and so I really wanted to see what those babies would look like.
Yeah.
From what I understood, some with that combination, they could actually come out with a kind of a purple tint to their fur from the depth of the black. So I think that would be a really cool thing. But as far as Sonia talking about the kids going in the pen, I mean, the goats are great. And I've said before, but my daughter is, she doesn't like the chickens. She's scared to death of the chickens. She had a bad incident when she was a kid with a seagull, and she's hated birds ever since. And she had a bad incident with one of my roosters, one of my aggressive roosters. He didn't stay around after that. And
she threw a bucket of ice cream at him.
2 buckets. She went over to this is when we lived right next door, not this close next door, but right next door to my in-laws. And she went over there to get some ice cream. She came back, she had 2 half gallons in her hand. And all of a sudden Sonia said, did you hear a scream? And looked outside, and she threw that ice cream at that chicken and ran back to her grandmother's house. So,
and then I went out there and took care of the chicken.
She took a stick and cold cocked him. And I decided I was going to leave him laying right where he was, and if he made it, he made it. If something got him, something got him. And I want you to know that the next day he was up walking around again, and he was fine, and he was still mean. So I separated him. But it's not fun to have a mean rooster.
No.
I don't like that. 2 tubs of ice, that's right. And she threw both of them at him. I don't remember if they opened or not or ruined it, but she didn't care. She was done with the ice cream. She just wanted to hit the rooster and run away from him. And see, that's part of the problem too. Is what happened was she was kind of jogging back to the house. Well, jogging sort of stimulates roosters to come after you. I don't know why.
Just food hits.
Now, see, I would not mind having a movable pen for those rabbits too. I've seen a lot of people do them for doing chicken tractors, but a rabbit tractor would be great too. And he said his son calls them, Donald said his son calls them mini lawnmowers.
Yeah. We got some
All right, see you, Randy. Thank you.
Bye.
Can't wait to see you in March.
We got some electrical fencing. Oh, I got something in my eyeball.
Let me just say this, Jax. I'm gonna get not really political, but I'm gonna get on the things today. Make sure that what you're eating is truly ice cream, because there's a lot of things these days that they can't even say they're ice cream because they don't have the correct amount of milk fat to it and all to actually even be ice cream. It's just a product that's flavored like ice cream, but. And
that's what I don't like about the United States, their food sources and everything, you know, because they let you put dyes and everything else, and dyes are bad. If you want to look at a school system that has a lot of behavior issues, it's dyes in their food, you know, and the gluten or something, you know, the kids are reacting to because they can't really express why they're feeling bad, you know, or why they're feeling aggressive. It's something in their food.
We had a time at a time when our grandson, we found out his mama researched and found out that it was red dye that was causing problems.
Well, it's because he came to the chiropractor and got adjusted, and the doctor said it's something he's eating. And I had just gotten a migraine that morning because I ate something at their house, and we decided, well, we both ate the same thing, and I got a migraine from it. I was like, there's something not good in that. And then we figured out it was the dye.
Red dye, yeah. I forgot that you were in Germany.
Yeah, I was
Jack,
about to say.
so you're
their
not
food's
you don't have
better.
to, yeah, you don't have to worry about it like we do. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
y'all have laws for that.
Yeah.
We don't. They just run free range, you know, and just put whatever in there, makes it look pretty. And it's not good for you. So I'd rather just get grass-fed beef, you know, and we have to look at the labels now. You know,
Oh, yeah.
hatched, raised, and processed in the USA, you know, so that we know we're getting something.
And you have to watch out for the dyes because they're renaming them. It's not red dye number 40 or yellow dye. No, they have brand new names for them that don't really look like it's dye.
Annatto is, I think, is one of the names they have for red food coloring, and but they're giving it some kind of fancy schmancy name, so you don't really realize it. So, but people are kind of smart to that, you know.
Yeah,
They can look up things and figure it out.
you like butter pecan ice cream?
Ooh.
I'm okay with butter pecan. I don't think it's the best, but I'm a chocolate guy, so you give me something that's got chocolate, and I'm probably gonna be all very happy with it.
Yes, as long as it's chocolate, it's fine. I like, what was that place, Jingles? They had, it wasn't sorbet, it was a yogurt. I don't know what it was. It was watermelon. Oh my gosh. That was my favorite. And then an ice cream place opened up here years ago. It's closed now. But they had watermelon.
Oh my goodness.
I could have had that every day.
Jack said, did you know that it's legal to break out of jail in Germany because it's a human right to be free, but it's hard to break out of jail? That's crazy right there. That's funny.
So you can break out of jail.
But
They're going to put you
but
right
it's
back
really
in.
hard to do it. So if you break out, are you free or can they come get you again? That's crazy.
That's pretty awesome.
That is funny. I tell you, one of the best things when I was a kid, I had a friend whose parents always kept sherbet in the thing, and it would be my favorite that they ever had was an orange sherbet with a vanilla ice cream swirled together. Oh my gosh, that was so good.
What did you say?
Donald said I just might have to rethink our friendship because I'm not that crazy about butter pecan ice cream. I'm sorry. I'm sure we differ on several things, but I know ice cream is a hotbed subject for some people. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, they'll probably come get you again. I would think so. Well, we've been on here about an hour.
Oh, okay. You just got to hide better the next time.
Yeah, really.
Don't listen to me. I'm an instigator.
All right, guys, I think we're going to get off of here.
I think it's going to rain.
It's kind of looking like it, and I'm going to need to go feed all my animals. I fed them Friday night. I waited until it quit raining so hard, but I will say, I've said it, and I've said it before, I've said it many times, I won't melt, so it's okay. I definitely can feed in the rain, and I'll be okay. All right, guys, I hope y'all have a great week. Check out our video tomorrow. You can see what all's going on with Thor and what somebody did to my deer stand. We're fighting some of the chicks too, trying to get them trained to go in the coop, and we're still having some issues with them. This is probably the hardest group I've had yet because they're real stinkers.
You're just stubborn.
But thank you, Jax. Glad you came. You guys have a great week, and we will see you. I imagine we're going to try to do these every Sunday. We're going to see how that works, so hopefully we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wrong thing. We're still on there. He doesn't use an iPhone, y'all. You gotta slide up. There you go.